Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. On this channel, we spend our time looking at fantasy of all sorts, from books to movies to video games, and applying the characters within into the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. But today, we're going to be looking at possibly the least interesting mechanic you can find in D&D. What do I mean by that? We're going to be looking at the race known as the human. We're humans. Every person who's watching this video is a human, and it turns out that humans are in D&D. They are considered the common race. Literally, their language is common, and everyone else speaks their language for the most part. They are the most frequently found humanoid in the worlds of D&D. The manfolk, the human folk, the people. But how do they stack up when you look at them mechanically? So many other races have interesting features. What do humans bring to the table? Let's find out what humans can do. The very first thing, and one of the things that humans are most well known for, is that they get ability score increases in every single stat. A +1 to all of them. That is to your strength, your dex, your con, your wisdom, your intelligence, and your charisma all get a +1. Now, I personally have ranked the stats as far as their versatility and usefulness in the game of D&D. Turns out that a +1 in wisdom and dex, constitution, strength and charisma and intelligence kind of add up in a different variety of ways. Personally, and this is my opinion, I think that wisdom and dexterity are the two most useful skills in D&D, because they are the most versatile in combat, magic, and skills. So when you get a +1 in those, I give those both 8 out of 10. Next is constitution. Constitution is what everybody wants. It's very specific, it's health, but health is always good. A +1 to con is a 7 out of 10. Then you've got strength and charisma. These are good skills to have, but they're a little more specific. Charisma, if you're a charisma caster, or if you want to be the face of the party. And strength, if you just want to go in and lay down damage with your melee weapons. Those are both 6 out of 10s when you get the +1 to those. And then finally, intelligence. The most common of the dump stats, only really used by studious characters and wizards. Pretty specific. So a +1 to that is only a 5 out of 10. Humans are medium-sized, which is the normal size of most races, so no loss there, 10 out of 10. Their speed is 30 feet. Not the fastest races, but that is the standard speed of most humanoids in D&D, so 9 out of 10. And finally, their languages. They speak Common and one other language of their choice. This is handy. They can pick the language that is most useful for their role-playing or for the country they live in and run with it. So 9 out of 10 on languages. And that's it. That is all humans have. The +1 to everything. And then size, speed, language. It's pretty dull. And it's an 8 out of 10 when you crunch all the numbers together. I mean, they're not bad. They work. But they don't have anything special. And that's why, in the player's handbook, right next to the human stat block, is a variation on the human stat block. Let's have a look at the more popular variant human, which most people will play when they play a human. Let's see why. First of all, instead of getting a +1 to every single ability score, you get a +1 to just 2 of them. Your pick, though. When you average the numbers out, the ones I mentioned earlier for the 6 different stats, it just ends up being 7 out of 10 twice. So it's nice to be able to choose the ability scores that you want, but it's still 4 points less than the other human. The size and speed and languages don't change. 10 out of 10 on size, 9 out of 10 on speed, and 9 out of 10 on languages. It doesn't really look better yet, but the best part is yet to come. First of all, they get an extra skill proficiency of their choice. So, on top of your background and your class, you get one more proficiency, your pick. So nice. That's a 9 out of 10 because skills are good. But the big thing we're here for, the big thing that sells the variant human over so many other races, is the feat. Yes, variant humans at level 1 get a feat. A free feat. Any feat they want. And feats are some of the most powerful abilities in D&D. You want to be using that greatsword to deal out loads of damage? Grab Great Weapon Master. You want to weaponize your bonus action? Grab Polearm Master. Or Shield Master, to use your shield to shove people around. You're not a spellcaster and you want to have a couple little magical nuggets in there? Grab Magic Initiate. If you're a fast character that wants to up their speed and maneuverability, grab Mobile. You want to be a defensive character? Grab Sentinel. You want to be a dual wielder? Grab Dual Wielder. You want to be a ritual caster? Grab Ritual Caster. You want to be the charismatic, deception-based person? Grab the Actor feat. There's other feats as well, like Tough, Resilient, Alert, Keen Mind, Inspiring Leader. They go on and on and on. You can grab weapon proficiencies. You can grab skill proficiencies. You can grab even armor proficiencies, light, medium, and heavy, and buff them up to boot. Feats are some of the greatest powers in all of D&D, and variant humans get one for free right from the start. This can be absolutely essential when you're trying to build a specific kind of character and you're starting from the lowest levels. Variant humans get a leg up that no one else gets. Plus, if you take a half feat, which gives you a +1 to one of your stats, now you've got 3 points. The 2 you had earlier, and the 1 from your feats. And hell, if you really want, jump into Tasha's Cauldron, grab Shadow Touched, grab Fey Touched, grab Crusher, Piercer, Slasher, grab Telekinetic, grab Eldritch Adept, Metamagic Adept. There's so many options amongst the feats that literally anything you want your character to have, you can have with a variant human. They, when you crunch the numbers, get a 9 out of 10. They're not perfect. Their stats do leave a little bit to be desired with just the 2 +1s and a third +1 if you get the right feat. And no other powers. No dark vision, no damage resistances unless your feat gives it to you. None of that. So that feat is very powerful, well deserving of the 9 out of 10, but they're certainly not the perfect race. Does that really exist? Who knows? But the variant human has something to be said for it, definitely more so than the standard human that D&D kind of let by the wayside. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and keep your eyes open for more race reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.